I've been coming to this group for a little while now, so you know me a little bit. You know me as the girl that sneaks in about 5 minutes late, or that chats with you after the meeting. And listening to these different speeches over the last few weeks or months, the thing that comes to mind is a lot of the icebreakers for me are more statistics. They're name, rank, and serial number. They're who, what, and where without the why and how. And for me, I feel a little bit better connection with people when I understand why and how they do some of the things they do. So what I've done this morning is I'm going to give you my statistics, and then I'm going to give you 3 little stories about the whys and hows, just a few little stories of my life so that maybe you can get to know me a little bit better. So first off, Rebecca Owen. I've been in Silicon Valley or San Jose really since I was 6 years old. I'm 45 years old now. Been selling real estate for 20 years. I'm the oldest of 4, and Type A, and I'm here at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday with the rest of you guys. My first story that I want to tell you a little bit about is, and it wasn't even really a choice, but becoming vegetarian. When I first became vegetarian, I was 13 years old, and I had a new stepmom. And we had been fast food and junk food and pizza and whatever was easy. And then all of a sudden we went from that transition into stir fry everything and macaroni and cheese. And at 13 years old, it seems like that's all we ate for the first year. After about the first 6 months, I started to be able to enjoy that transition, and I really did start to embrace it. And over the years, I've looked at that a few times. I've been married and divorced, and while I was married, I shifted back into the meat-eating part of it. And there's all these different reasons why people are vegetarian, whether it's the way the animals are treated or the economy of the world, and that meat is not really an efficient way to fuel your body. But for me, I keep coming back to being vegetarian because it helps me feel the best. I have the best energy. It's just clean, good energy for me. And today I make that choice instead of having it being made for me. My second thing that you might never have guessed about me is in my 20s, I sold cars. I thought that was going to stay here. Okay, we're going to do this. That's actually a car salesman's license that I pulled out from my drawer. When I was 20 years old, I came back from living in Seattle, and I had been in a bad car accident and had to come home and recoup. And then I had to try to figure out what the heck I was going to do for some money. And my first car was a 73 240Z. Back then it was Datsun. And that was a great car. I learned a lot about cars with that car, though, because every time I took it into the shop, they messed it up worse than when I took it in. So me, being the pragmatic person that I am, got out a manual and figured out how to do it myself. I dropped the tranny on that. I did the brakes. I did the valves on it. So I really did know cars pretty darn well. And I figured that was the one thing that maybe I could do. Maybe I could really sell these cars because I really loved that car. It was a great car. So my first job selling cars was selling, at the time it was Datsuns for Sunnyvale Datsun in Sunnyvale. The last thing I want to tell you is tomorrow my stepson will be 26 years old. And that's a picture of us a million years ago. I started dating his dad when he was 2 years old and raised this kid. Taught him to read and write, taught him how to, all the basics, go to the bathroom and figure out who he was. And really watch this little boy grow and bloom with us. In the beginning, he was just with us on weekends or on the summer because his mom had custody of him. But then he had some behavioral problems, and basically in a weekend, she put him on a plane, and all of a sudden he was mine full time. And it was a lot of challenge, it was a lot of work, there's a lot of growth, but now he's kind of running amok down in LA. He doesn't talk to his dad a whole lot. I've kind of lost touch with him over the years, but that's always something that'll be in my heart, and I know that tomorrow he'll be 26 years old. So that's just 3 cute little stories about me. I have lots more, and I look forward to sharing them with you in the future.